In this video, we give a demonstration of how crowdsourcing technology can be used to diagnose the health of crops remotely and in a scalable way. And this is work developed between my team at QED as well as David Guarena. Crop yield is affected by many different factors, of course, and the factors that we're looking at in this video are plant disease and nutrient deficiencies. So we would like to be able to rapidly detect and intervene when these diseases and deficiencies are so extreme that they can actually be visually diagnosed. Diagnosing this in the field is expensive. There's logistical time to go to all of these places. The domain expertise is limited. Not everyone knows how to diagnose these diseases and nutrient deficiencies, and constantly training new people to do this may not be a scalable way of approaching the problem if you're trying to expand your operations to new countries and new places. So the technology solution that we've proposed is to make a very simple mobile app where field operators who don't have to have any domain knowledge can simply snap a picture of something that they may think looks wrong, and that picture is cached in the phone and uploaded via Wi-Fi to the Geosurvey servers. So Geosurvey is a crowdsourcing platform that allows people to label any kind of georeferenced imagery, including satellite imagery, but also photos. So the diagnoses can all be provided remotely by experts that conduct decision tree analysis on Geosurvey, and this is the URL for it. So what do we mean by decision tree analysis? So these are some of the trees that were provided to us by Dr. David Guarena, and here you can see that simply by looking at the pictures and working your way down these trees, you can potentially diagnose what is wrong with a plant, again, if the problems are extreme enough to see. So, for example, if we look at the leaves tree on the right-hand side, the first branching is effectively asking you, are you looking at the upper leaves or the lower leaves or at all leaves? And so if we were looking at the lower leaves, then we asked the user about what colors they see. And here, based on the color, you may be able to identify phosphorus, magnesium, or nitrogen or potassium deficiency. And we also ask questions about stripes and spots and holes and so forth. And here's another set of trees, again for maize, where we help diagnose things like gibberella rot and cutworms and termites. So all of these trees become encoded in an Excel spreadsheet. They're then uploaded easily to our site, and then users can answer questions about photos that are streaming in via Android mobile apps. So now I'd like to switch to a live demo of this technology. Here we work through an example submitted in Kenya. This picture is collected on an Android phone, and then that photo is automatically submitted to the Geosurvey site. We can answer the questions on the right to diagnose the health of the leaf in this crowdsourced fashion. Do we see colors on the leaves? Yes, we do. And what color do we see in the lower part of the leaves? We can click on the question mark to get some examples of different kinds of diagnoses. In this case, we see yellow and brown along the edge, so I select this option. Do we see any holes on the leaves? No, we don't see anything like this. But there are some spots on the leaf, so I will click yes here, and the conditional logic then shows me another question. What kinds of spots? So I can compare it to these examples, and maybe it's comparable to yellow spots, yellow and red-orange spots. And do we see any stripes? No. So these are the answers that I would submit. At the same time, I'm not an expert in this, so I might be a little bit unsure about some of my answers. For instance, I'm not absolutely sure if this counts as eye spot. So one nice thing about our system is multiple people can look at the same leaf and submit their own answers, and then we can try to arrive at a consensus And we can also discuss things in the app. I'm not so sure if this is an example of iSpot. And I will press send. And I accidentally pressed send twice. Just pretend you did not see that. But anyhow, then a more experienced reviewer could see this discussion, or if they've subscribed to it, they can be notified about it and provide us with their insight about whether this is iSpot or not. So in this manner, we can diagnose the health of leaves in the field from the convenience of our office, and try to achieve group consensus, either in a fully automated way through majority vote, but also interspersed with human discussions around every sample point. And we hope that this has the potential to build online communities around the crowdsourced diagnosis of crop health. So there are many other data processing features associated with this app that I don't have the time in this video to explain in full detail, but I wanted to mention just a few of them. The first is that our application will automatically generate maps of incidence outbreaks. Every photograph that's submitted to our system has a clear georeference associated with it, and this allows us to make things like scatter plots and heat maps of where certain kinds of problems such as stem borer are occurring throughout a region. Another thing that we've been working on is feedback systems, where we think it's really important to not just collect data from the field, but also send something back to the people that have taken the time to submit to our system. So we want to be able to send SMS messages and push notifications back to the mobile phones that are submitting to our system. We've been testing out the initial versions of our application with field teams at One Acre Fund during the summer of 2016, and currently we're ironing out all the bugs and incorporating the requested features that these people would like based on their feedback. And so we hope to have a more wide-scale release later this year once we have tested this during the short rain season in Kenya. So that's all I have for this video, and if you have any further questions, please feel free to email us at info@qed.ai. Thank you.